Wells Fargo Championship, prop bets, outright bets, first round leader picks, some showdown coverage, and some more. Let's go ahead and get into it. So starting out with the props, we're going to be looking at both PrizePicks and Underdog. There is a big edge, it seems like, this week just across the board. We are seeing a lot of discrepancies between the two. And so to me, it could be a situation in which we kind of are just betting on how the course is going to play. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So right now, I'm just going to sort by prop line difference. And the first one, and I'm super shocked that this one is still out there, guys. Rickie Fowler, okay? Like, this is crazy, 1.5. Like, typically, this gets corrected. This is essentially a taco. Now, I would say, like, they are kind of right to be in between. We look at the projection here, 70.73. Okay, so it does make some sense in that regard that it is in the middle at least. But like, Rickie is one of the best plays this week, and we're getting him at 71 on PrizePicks. Let's just compare that to some other players. Terrell Hatton, who's fine. He's a good play. But then you got Sanjay M, kind of the exact same play. Jason Day at 70, basically the exact same play as well. So we can see we are kind of getting an edge there. And then if we just look at the underdog line, they are pretty much valuing him, Rickie Fowler, compared to those golfers. That's why I kind of brought that up. So yes, we are seeing there is going to be some sort of edge on paper this week with the prop line difference. And so let's go ahead and look at it. Like, this could easily be a situation in which you bet the under on PrizePicks for these ones. And so I don't mind like under for Rickie. Then you'd also do under for like Tagala. I don't mind that. Or you could do Sanjay as well. It's a par 71. So the chances are, like, if Rickie struggles, given the way he's been playing, given the fit that he is for this course, he should at least be able to finish even par. At the same time, we could easily hedge that. We could go on Underdog and say, okay, we're going to bet on the course playing more difficult than the props are suggesting. And if we look at the event average here, and this is coming from PGAtour.com, straight from there, that would suggest that Underdog is more wrong than PrizePicks, okay? And so in that scenario, like these, Tagala, Keegan, even like Kyle Morikawa, I wouldn't be shocked to see him struggle. He just switched putters. And so we could bet the over strokes on those ones. So now that we got that settled in for the strokes, let's go ahead and look at some other props we could also be on. And for what it's worth, we are seeing some discrepancies as well for birdie or bettors as well. So you could make that bet as well. But let's look at where we are going to get the best edge on PrizePicks. Now, I don't know if I exactly like this, but Akshay, birdie or better matchup to get more birdies than David Lipsky. I guess I'd be fine with that if you guys want to make that. This is one that stood out to me. Fairway hit percentage. Okay. Jason Day, we are getting a 0.6 or 0.86 edge here. Okay. So that's just taking the PrizePicks line or his projection minus the PrizePick line. So we are getting a decent edge there. That's one that I really don't mind. You could easily roll with that one if you wanted to. And then we are getting some good ones for the fairway hit percentage as well, just in general. So those would be the best ones to bet for the over. And then to me, I'm probably just not touching these like other ones, like the birdie or better, the greens and regulation ones for the under. Corey Connors is going to be tight, but I'm probably just not touching those. So I feel like we have a good indication of what we should be doing for PrizePicks. And so to make it clear, like, the reason why I like this is because it is being valued as a push, most likely, or it's going to be under, unless the course plays much more difficult than expected. And so you could potentially pair it with these other ones where we'd be wanting to bet the under as well, like Sanjay, maybe Cameron Young, maybe Sam Burns. So this would be the bet that I think I would make if I was just going to make one individual bet. All right, now let's go ahead and let's get into the outright bet. All right, so we are on the betting page here right now at 9 to 5 Sports. The beauty about this is we can just sort by the bet type that we want. If we want to just look at outright betting, we could do that. We could also look at all this, and it's going to pull in the average odds from the sports books to find where we can get the best line. Okay, this is an awesome tool. So you can just look at whichever one you want to do the bet. Or say there's a golfer that you are keen in on, and I'll mention it right now, like the two players I like the most in terms of outright betting are going to be Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele. They're the top two plays this week, according to the 9 to 5 model. And so with that, to me, it's kind of one of those situations in which I kind of feel like we just need to roll with them. And so to me, I just want to find the best odds. Like on FanDuel, you can get Xander Schauffele at 17-1. Like, what is going on there? That's pretty crazy. Patrick Cantlay, who's just in the best form in the field, the best odds we can get on him are pretty much 14-1. William Hill. But that's just an easy way to go about doing this. Obviously, we would not want to bet Patrick Cantlay on DraftKings when we can give him 14-1 somewhere else. You know, that's kind of what we're trying to do here. You could also do Jordan if you want to. I actually don't mind Jordan as well. I'm perfectly fine betting these top three outright. And then once again, like, we are getting 20-1 on Jordan on Bet365. Like, that is pretty awesome right there. So let's go ahead and touch on some other outright bets that I don't mind as well. We have Rickie Fowler here, and you can get him at 41-1 on FanDuel. That is an awesome bet, okay? And then the last one that I really like is going to be Jason Day. We're getting pretty good odds across the board with him, but once again, on FanDuel, we're getting 29-1 odds on him. Typically speaking, it does seem like FanDuel is softer in their outright odds than DraftKings. Let's go and pull up the reason why these are good outright bets. So I'm going to go up ahead and get into the 9-to-5 cheat sheet just to show you guys that. So first and foremost, the top 2 plays this week are going to be Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay. And if you just look at their form, it's super difficult not to love them as plays. I mean, they have just been dominating. Look at this. 4 straight starts of top 10 or better. If you look at his past 8 starts, all but 2 of them have been top 15 or better finishes. Xander Schauffele, yes, he's a choke artist. Right when he gets into the spot he wants to be in to basically win a tournament, it's a duck hook into the water or something like that. Just a terrible shot off the tee. But eventually, if he keeps putting himself in contention to win, he is going to win. He is a world-class player, 3rd best recent form in the field, playing much more consistent golf than someone like Rory, has tournament history as well. 14th place finish the last time out. He just makes a ton of sense, especially when we can get him at 19-1 on a sportsbook. Like, that is just too good of a price to pass up on. And honestly, that's kind of the nice part about these elevated field events, is that we are getting good odds on a lot of elite players. Whereas, like, last week, it was basically John Rahm or Tony Finau. We knew that, right? Like, that's who we wanted to be on. But at the same time, it didn't really make sense to put outright bets on them because there's not much value in that unless you were just placing 2 bet, you know? And so looking at Patrick Cantlay, the one issue with Cantlay, and I mean one, is the fact that he missed the cut at this tournament the last time it was held here at this course. Besides that, best specialist, best recent form, and best stat fit. He has been dominating. Nothing alarming with his game. Okay, he has a new caddy on the bag as well. We'll see if that helps or hurts him. That's my biggest worry. But at the same time, let's say it helps a little bit. It's tough to imagine him that not winning. I mean, 4th, 3rd, 14th, 9th, like that small little difference. If it helps, that means he's going to win. Now, if it hurts, oh well. Like it's an outright bet. It's tough to hit. You guys saw the outright record over the past 2 years. Like, if we can hit one really 20% of the time, we're happy. And then one player that I didn't really mention, I feel like Matt Fitzpatrick's game is really coming together. Okay, he played extremely well with his brother, and this is just such an ideal course for his style of game. It wouldn't be shocking to see him win. So I'd be fine placing an outright bet on him. And actually, let's see what his odds are. Just pulling up on DraftKings Sportsbook, still 25-1. Not bad there. And then going ahead, looking at Jordan, 3rd best pick in the 9-5 mile. Jordan has just been playing some great golf as well. The issue with Jordan is that he can put himself into trouble a bunch, and that's my biggest worry. But I think he makes for a better outright bet than I guess he would a DFS play, because really we're chasing the win here. We don't have to worry about that 1 or 2 stupid decisions that he makes per tournament. Then just looking at, like, Jason Day has been playing incredible golf, right on the cusp of taking out a tournament as well. Yeah, sure, his last start was troublesome, 39th there. And if you think that's going to be on the downward slope of form, I would get it. But besides that, 5th, 21st, and then just a bunch of top 10s in a row. Maybe you just want to bet him to top 20. And that's what I want to call out to with these outright bets. I'm giving you guys what I think are going to be the best picks for the week in terms of betting in general. If you just want to bet them to top 20, I'm fine with that. Top 10, I'm fine with that. It's up for you guys to define which bets you think are going to be the best. I'm trying to find the ones that had the best chance to outproduce how the market is valuing them. And so maybe that'd be a situation. Maybe we don't outright bet Jason Day. Maybe we just bet him to top 20 and just take our money there. And then lastly, like Ricky Fowler, just given the odds that we are getting on him, they're just too good to pass up on for a guy that's coming in as a top 10 pick. I mean, recent form wise, 4th best in the field. How do we deny that, right? And specialist wise, 4th in the field there. Course history wise, miscut and 4th and 21st. Okay, so Ricky's game is going to set up well for this tournament. I can't really believe the odds that we're getting on Ricky. His game has been trending towards a win, okay? And it's just been so consistent, and we can see that. He just really hasn't had that spike up week. You know, that one week in which he gets really hot. Maybe that happens this week. Then everyone's favorite bet, Cameron Young. If you guys want to place a bet on him, I'm perfectly fine with that. I get it. And then I mentioned, like, it's up for you guys to do what you want with those outright bets. This is what I would see myself doing then as well. Just looking at the top bets. So Patrick Cantlay, top 20, Jason Day, top 20, Sanjay M, top 20, Ricky Fowler, top 20, Xander, top 20, and then looking at some top 40 bets as well. Patrick Rogers, top 40, Dylan Moo, top 40 as well. Dylan Moo is someone that I think is going to make the cut. He's basically the only value play that is ranking out well, and that's going to be because of his form. Okay, his form has been solid. So if he makes the cut, it doesn't take that much more for him to then finish top 40. Same thing with Michael Kim. I'm betting on the recent form there. And then let's go ahead and get into some 3-ball bet. All right, so once again, heading back into the 9-to-5 database here to find out the best round 3-ball bets that we can go ahead and make. And guys, I really like the 3-ball bet market out there. I put some emphasis on the data points here because I do think it's good money, because all the props that we are going to get most likely more than not are going to be plus bet, which is huge. And so personally, I am perfectly happy just betting these top groups right here. Let's just real quickly go ahead and break that down. Why? So let's start with Wyndham Clark. So when we look at that group, we can see like Davis Thompson been struggling, not expected to play well. We can see Matthew Naismith been struggling, not expected to play well. We are getting a great chance for Wyndham Clark to go ahead and play well this round. And on top of it, Wyndham Clark is a pretty good round one scorer as well. So it's no shock that he's really ranking out as one of the best matchup bets out there. And then from there, we got Matt Kuchar. So let's go and look at that group, and I'll type in JJ Spawn as well. So Matt Kuchar is going to be a top 30 play, and that's kind of why he's ranking out well. Andrew Landry, just a poor play. He's not pulling up into this. Okay, so it's really a matchup between Cameron Champ. Is his length going to help him? Or is Matt Kuchar's kind of strong and steady play going to vault him into a win? This. That's what you guys want to decide. I would say I would probably put that more even keel. Cameron Champ has a tendency to have one good week and then have a win. It's the weirdest thing. So maybe, I don't know, maybe pump the brakes there, but I do really like this other one, JJ Spawn. Now, Stuart Stink's been playing solid. Zach Johnson has been playing solid enough, but they do not rank out well this week. JJ Spawn is someone that is actually expected to play well this week. It's a round 3-ball bet that I personally really like this week. Then real quick, we got two more, and these are going to be my favorite ones, I think, as well. So Patrick Rogers here gets a great matchup against Doug Gim and CT Pan. Both players are not expected to play well this week. Patrick Rogers has been someone that's been trending in the right direction. Not only does he have 2 good starts at this tournament, finishing 37th and 34th, he also is coming in pretty good form. 3 straight top 20 or better finishes. So Patrick Rogers is a play that does make a decent amount of sense. And let's go ahead and look at Keith Mitchell. So there's not that much data coming in on Alexander Tyson. That's why he's not pulling in here right now, but not expected to play too well. Okay. And then you're going against Mark Hubbard, who not terrible. Okay. It's a little bit tighter than I would want, but Keith Mitchell is someone that's expected to play really well in round 1. So let's go ahead and touch on that into further. Okay, so we're going to go back into that betting page, and we're going to go ahead and look at first round leader bet. Okay, we're just going to sort by that, but then we are also going to sort by early only. Okay, then we're going to look at the percent odds. Which percent odds are the sportsbooks giving? Who's the most likely based off of that? Who have the early tee times? We can see Rory. If you guys want to bet Rory first round lead, I'm fine with that, I guess. I do really think Patrick Cantlay is going to be a good pick. We got Tony Finau popping up in there. Sanjay M. Okay, and once again, we can odd shop here. William Hill for Sanjay M, first round lead, 45-1. That is really awesome. Now, personally, I like to do this on BetMGM, where we also are getting paid out ties. Like if you want to do top 5, that's been huge, because if you look at really the last 3 weeks is a perfect example of that. Jaeger was one of the best options to have the first round lead and win. 3rd best for the AAM only. 6th best total last week. We had insanely good odds on him for that, for him to finish 2nd. That's actually happened 3 straight weeks in a row. So you can get a better payout by doing just the top 5 in ties. I touch on this a lot, going back to 2020, just betting on the top 5% that have a AM only tee time to have the first round lead. They've hit 50% of the time. And now that's not too crazy. I always touch on this because, well, there's a lot of ties and what. And it was 3 events ago where we had that rain delay soften up the course, and a long shot first round lead of ours just missed out. That was painful. Okay, so can't have that fluky stuff happening. I don't think it's going to, but looking at it, we see Keith Mitchell popping up in there. So not a bad one. That's kind of my point as to why I think he's going to be a good pick there as well. Then we could also find this by looking at the showdown tab as well. Same thing, sort by early only. And then what we can actually do is just sort by round 1 rank. And so to me, the top first round leader picks, and this is all I do, would be Patrick Cantlay, Tony Finau, Max Homa, could do Jason Day, Sunjam, and then I actually like Danny McCarthy, we're getting great odds on him, like 100-1. Don't hate that. And then Keith Mitchell as well popping up in there. If you guys want to go with Taylor Moore as well, you can. But this is a great way to go about also using it for round 1 showdown. And I've mentioned this a bunch as well. Like use this on Underdog to do their best ball round drafts. There's a big edge there. It's basically the same as playing showdown, except for people are just starting to catch on how to properly play those games. But that is going to be all for today's video. Actually, let's pull up something real quick. So let's say you guys were going to place these bets. These are the bets that I like. Got 18 of them. So it's going to be for you guys to decide what you want to do with that. But just looking at those would be my favorite bets. Okay. And then toss in some of the outrights. All right. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Give that like and subscribe. If you guys want access to all those tools that you just saw in this video, it's a big ad. It's worth the investment. Only $10 a month. Okay. Invest in yourself. Invest in your DFS game. It'll be worthwhile. All right. Let's have a good slate. And as always, let's keep cashing.